This channel discusses the presentation and debunking of controversial topics and beliefs. Some or all of the topics discussed may be emotionally triggering or otherwise upsetting. Viewer discretion is advised.
In this video, we're going to hear about how Einstein's theory of relativity links to manifesting your desired reality, whatever the heck that means. Let's get into this.
How does Einstein's relativity theory link back to manifestation and the theory of having multiple realities?
Spoiler alert, it doesn't. At least not in the way you think.
Why is everything possible?
Not everything is possible.
And why do we philosophize about life being an illusion?
Because that's exactly what's going on. That is philosophy. That is nothing scientific. That is just pure philosophy and speculation. Alright, let's get into this one. This is Devi Sitaram. She's a Ph.D. student in chemical engineering at Cambridge University. She calls herself a scientist when, in reality, she pretty much just destroys the entire subject, because most of her content on YouTube concerns the metaphysical and concerns in particular the law of attraction, which is about as unscientific as it gets.
The combination of science and spirituality is like combining ratio and feelings.
I would say it's more like combining oil and water, but go on.
It's like yin and yang.
See, at least yin and yang are kind of equal to each other in a way. Like oil and water, they just do not mix. Science and the law of attraction do not mix.
They're connected, but at the same time also mutually exclusive, because we're talking about the physical and
some Cubist Cthulhu bullshit here. Hang on.
The metaphysical here. Now, I am drawing a link here, a link that I see between Einstein's relativity theory, having studied the science of that, and the
It's important to realize that Davy's PhD is in chemical engineering. It is not in physics. It's not in quantum physics. So I don't really know why she thinks herself to be an expert in this stuff when it's pretty obvious she's not.
Concepts that we know in spirituality about manifestation and trying to align to the right frequency. You
see right there, right, aligned with the frequency. That is not a scientific term. And she, as a bloody scientist, should know that. Why is she doing this? I got no freaking idea.
Using your emotions and the theory of multiple realities, which is every possibility or every possible outcome of your life and all of our lives already exists.
I won't deny that that's a possible theory. That is a theory, and that's something that is actively debated in the scientific community, but it sure as heck isn't going to present itself in the way you think it's going to manifest itself, Davey.
And it is our power, our manifestation power, or our gravity, as I'll explain in this video, that attracts the desired reality towards us.
No, gravity does not work that way. In fact, it works the total opposite of the law of attraction. The core tenet of the law of attraction is that like attracts like. Gravity alone is a contradiction to this, because it means that bigger mass attracts smaller mass. Those are total opposites of each other.
If we use that power to our advantage, we might also be attracting undesired realities at this point, and how you can use this knowledge to draw in the right reality or just your desired outcomes into your life. My name is Davy. I am a PhD student in chemical engineering at the University of Cambridge.
I am so sorry for the University of Cambridge.
In my free time, I love to study the law of attraction, spirituality, manifestation, the psychology of the mind, and
any other way to manipulate or bamboozle people.
As a scientist, I love linking back science to manifestation.
Because cognitive bias is a hell of a drug, right, Davey?
Before I get into it, people always hold this high ground of science, you know, as if it is the ultimate truth. But it is just an attempt to describe reality. I first want to talk about...
Not entirely incorrect. But the fact that she admits that and then tries to twist science into her metaphysical belief pretty much says a lot about the kind of person that she is.
Einstein's relativity theory, and then I want to link this back to manifestation and the theory of multiple realities. And finally, I'll explain how you can use this knowledge to manifest anything that you desire.
Okay, so we've got good, actual, scientifically backed evidence, and then we've got quasi-bullshit that you're going to link, and then you're just going to completely pull it out of yourself with number 3. Got it!
What Einstein postulated with his relativity theory is that we live in a 4-dimensional world.
Whoa. Hang on a second. Run that by me again.
Relativity theory is that we live in a 4-dimensional world.
Okay. I will readily admit I am not a big on physics, but I think we can take a look at that. Einstein, let's take a quick Google search. Einstein, relativity, 4th dimension. Let's see here. Okay, so Einstein says you need to describe where you are not only in 3-dimensional space, but also in time. So that's time, according to Einstein, is the 4th dimension. So let's see where she goes with this.
We have the 3 dimensions of space, X, Y, Z. And the 4th dimension that we have is time. And these 4 dimensions combined is what we call the space-time reality, which is
all valid so far.
Where we exist in, right? That is our physical world, space-time. What Newton established before Einstein is that there is this force called gravity that makes the planets orbit around the sun or the moon orbit around the earth.
Yes, we've established this.
There's this attractive force, and it is even keeping us on this earth. Even
also valid.
though Newton established the existence of gravity, he never really described what this force was based on. Where does this attractive force come from?
It comes from mass, which has been proven, but go on.
And then Einstein, when he developed the relativity theory, took a look at it and was like, well, what is in between the bodies? What is in between a star and a planet that orbit around each other? Well, that's
your ego, probably.
one thing, and that is space. Now, what is keeping this orbit in check? What Einstein discovered is that what masses actually do, it curves space and time.
So most of what she's saying is pretty accurate, but I have yet to see how this links to the law of attraction, and I'm a little scared to see how she does it.
So when we have the mass in the middle, could be a planet, it curves space and time in such a way that other celestial bodies get caught up in it. There is this mass that curves space and time in a specific way, and the other celestial bodies are captured in this curvature. So this force that we call gravity, it is actually just the mass that has a space and time around it and curves the fabric of space and time and then captures other planets or celestial bodies.
More or less, but go on.
Stuck in that sort of web that it made. So gravity is this force that describes how mass or energy wraps space and time around them. Time is relative to the mass or to the energy.
Okay, so yeah, most of what she's saying is pretty accurate as far as I can tell. But that's not what concerns me. My concern is that she's going to take her own little twisted theories about the law of attraction, and she's going to base them on science, because that's one of the common things that law of attraction proponents do. They take something that is a valid area of science, such as quantum physics, physics in general, and things like that, and use it and twist it into something it's not to try to explain the law of attraction, as if it was backed by science, when in reality it's not.
How do I want to link this back to manifestation?
I'm so excited to find out.
We think of time as this sequential thing where one event follows after the other. But what if time is static? Everything already exists, the present moment, the future, and the past, and it is us that is moving through realities.
Oh, that's a pretty big claim you got there, Davey. You want to back that up with a source?
What Einstein described in his E is mc squared is that energy and mass are interchangeable. And every body that has mass or has an energy has a specific gravitational force. And all that means is that it has a way of curving space and time. If we make the assumption here, which has been measured, that emotions are energy.
There it is. Yep. There's where we go off the deep end. Yep, the last 4 minutes and 23 seconds for the most part, pretty accurate. And now here we go. She's gonna try to argue that emotions are on par with mass and energy. Spoiler alert, they're not.
As well, which is the energy that we give to thoughts. If we apply the fact that everything that has energy has a gravitational pull to it, we can assume that our emotions or the frequency of our thoughts also have a specific gravitational pull to it.
No, that is absolutely not true at all. Or it might be, but the effect of the energy that our thoughts produce in our brains is so minimal that it would have a ridiculously minuscule, if any, effect on gravitation because of the way that our electrical impulses in our brain work. So that's not working the way you want it, Davey.
That is our manifestation power. That is our point of attraction.
No. You are literally trying to wedge the law of attraction into the theory of relativity, and you are not doing a very good job at it.
So everything that possesses energy has a way of curving space-time.
Let's say that Davey's right. Let's say that energy that we think does actually affect the space-time continuum. As I've said before, the amount of electricity that goes on in our heads as we think certain thoughts is so minuscule that there would be almost no effect on gravity at all. What she's saying is absolutely absurd. You can observe electrical impulses in the brain that are changing based off of emotion, but they are incredibly minuscule and can only be detected with extremely specialized equipment. Something that makes it clear cannot completely affect the universe as Davey is trying to claim.
Now, what is between us and our desires?
Capitalism and exploitation, but go on.
What is between us and our desired reality?
Same thing.
Space and time. And what can we use to attract specific realities into our physical reality right now?
Eating the rich?
Our attraction, our emotions, our manifestation force. We know that if we sit with a thought and try to tune in, so try to feel the emotions as if that thought is true, we attract that reality into our existence.
No, 1,000 times no. If that were the case, people would be getting traumatized left and right. There would be narcissists that would be getting all of the money, all of the things that they want, and screwing everybody else. You know what, actually, that is kind of what happens. But, I mean, I digress here. The point is that this is an impossibility. Because you can't really predict what events are going to happen to you, regardless of whether you're positive or negative. Some of the worst things that have ever happened have come to the most positive people I know, and vice versa. So where are you on that, Davey?
Now, the theory of multiple realities is that time is static. All realities and all possibilities exist as a sort of big web. You see this in the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. Every reality exists, and it is us that is moving through space and time.
Okay, let's say that she's right about this. Let's say that she's correct, that all of these realities are all literally happening right now. None of that matters. Why? Because we are still stuck in this physical reality. And it's going to take a lot more than think to get us out of another one. Because that would take an immense amount of energy to get us to go to another form of reality.
And the way we move in this web of realities, we can influence with our choice, with our energy, with the way we gravitationally pull specific realities towards us.
No, we don't gravitationally do anything. We don't have anywhere near the level of mass required to pull people to us, to pull things like that to us, especially our emotions, which are so minuscule that there's no way that they could be detected.
So we always see time as this sort of sequential thing. But what if time is static and everything already exists? And it is us sort of moving through realities that is creating the concept of time.
Then again, we're only exposed to one particular section of reality, and we can't be exposed to every single bit of it. We're not like the lady in Everything Everywhere All at Once. We don't have those powers.
We are moving through space and time. So it is relative to us, to our energy.
Exactly, which completely contradicts everything that you're saying.
Now, this is very esoteric. Let me know in the comments if you're still following this or if I'm going crazy. Now,
It's the latter, but let's keep going.
what can you do with this information? How
Take it and throw it in the nearest garbage can?
How can you use this to manifest your desires? What I want you to understand is that every reality already exists. If you can hold it in the mind, if you can think of it, if you can visualize a specific reality, that means there is a channel of that reality that exists.
Arguably, yes. But that would only exist in your imagination. If it did actually exist in some point in the universe, it would be impossible for you to get. Also, I'm pretty certain most of what you're describing would be considered the fifth dimension, not the fourth dimension. At least to my knowledge, the fifth dimension concerns multiple universes. Fourth is time.
And don't confuse reality with physical reality, right? It is
Oh no, here we go.
It's not a reality where you are living in a physical world. It goes beyond space and time.
Isn't space and time part of the physical reality?
So it is not part of our physical 3D world or 4D world here. We are the ones moving through this 4D reality. But we do have the choice. We do have the choice. If all realities already exist, the positive ones, the negative ones, the ones where you're a millionaire, the ones where you're broke, if all of these possibilities and realities exist, it is up to us to choose to.
Arguably, yes. But that doesn't change the fact that we are still stuck in this one single reality. And there are still some things that can affect us regardless of our choices.
Choose which reality we can tune into. For example, when we watch a movie, time is sequential, right? And we see it in a specific order. But the movie is already recorded. The movie itself only exists in one time point. It is already all recorded, but we watch it sequentially. And that is the same with your life.
So if everything is recorded sequentially already and everything is as it is, then maybe it's impossible for us to get out of this because it's already set. And no emotion or impulse is going to get us out of this dimension. You ever think of that?
You're watching frames in a specific order, but now it is up to us to take that power to choose which path we want to take, which realities we want to tune into. All of them exist. And isn't this a comfortable feeling?
No, it's a very disturbing feeling.
Where everything is possible, all possible realities. If you can hold it in the mind, there's a reality that exists where you have those desires or whatever you visualize.
Sorry, what was that? Can you say that again? Could you, hold on 1 second. Can you, say that again really quickly?
You have those desires or whatever you visualize. And it is up to us to align our energy to that. Exists where everything is possible, all possible realities. If you can hold it in the mind, there's a reality that exists where you have those desires or whatever you visualize. And it is up to us to align our energy to that.
Really? Well, that is all I have to say about that.
So what I really want you to take away from this is literally the endless possibilities of the universe.
Which we can't achieve because we are only subjected to our own little single reality. Assuming you're right.
And understanding that there is already a reality where you have your desires. All possibilities exist in this infinite quantum web of realities.
But it's nearly impossible to get there. I mean, she may have a point with this whole multiverse theory. It is something that is discussed in the scientific community, but it's also nearly impossible to transfer from one universe to another. Especially because you might have a version of yourself already in there.
And it is for us to curve space-time in the appropriate way with our gravitational pulling force to attract the right reality that we desire into our life. And if we don't, that's fine as well. We just flow through different realities still based on our thoughts and assumptions, but we just do it subconsciously. With manifestation, we take back that conscious power of choosing which reality we want to tune into.
And when it doesn't work, I'm sure she's got a handy excuse to explain why it doesn't.
Understanding the infinite possibilities of the universe. And this is related to entropy, to chaos, right? To the feminine energy, to creation. Everything is possible. And then using our masculine energy, our actions, and our force to attract the appropriate...
Okay, whoa. Because I can tell you right now, masculine, feminine energy... That is absolutely not scientific at all. So now you are just throwing in metaphysical woo, which is exactly what people like Davey do. They start with clear, established scientific facts, then they start slowly wheedling in metaphysical, wooish, and pseudoscientific theory, and then at the end of it all, they are throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks with you.
Reality into our physical existence. And we here in the present moment can use our gravitational force or our emotions, our power, our attraction force to sort of navigate ourselves through the right order of realities that we want to go through. So people that think everything is written, everything is predefined, yes, in a way it is, because everything is possible, but it is not predefined.
So everything is defined, but everything is also not predefined? What's going on here?
Which realities you choose. So yes, everything is written, everything, it has already happened. You know, all realities already exist in the mind, but we can still use our choice, our free will to attract the desired realities into our physical world. And also understand that nothing is per definition true.
Does that include your video then?
Just our thoughts about it that make it true.
So if I have thoughts that your video is bull, I have to censor myself because this is going on YouTube. That means everything that you just said in the last 9 minutes and 28 seconds is also untrue. So, got you there.
It is our consciousness. It is what we believe becomes the truth. If we worry, did a friend forget us? Or did this happen? Or, oh, will I have a bad day at work? Or every worry.
There it is. There's the victim blaming that I know so well with the law of attraction.
You're creating it. It wasn't.
There we go. And now we come to the crux. Away goes the science. Away goes the pseudoscience. Here comes the toxic part of the law of attraction. Here comes the victim blaming. Here comes where she tries to casually dismiss all of the bad parts of the law of attraction that make it so much baloney.
True before you thought it, you thinking it made it true, right? So really be aware of what beliefs you hold about reality, because that is your gravitational pull. You're wasting it. You're wasting your gravitational power. And whilst we have the power to take back that choice that we have, understand the infinite possibilities of the universe, understand that a thought is just a direction. It is just like entering a destination in Google Maps.
No, it is not like entering a destination in Google Maps. We have hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of thoughts in a given day. Not all of them can direct the future of where we go. Sometimes they exist for a couple of nanoseconds and then they disappear. Davey seems to be saying that even a simple thought can literally bring Jupiter over our heads or something like that, which obviously is not true.
All destinations and places and roads exist on the earth, right? They're all there, but you choose a specific one. You're entering a specific destination in Google Maps that you want to go towards. Does that mean that all others don't exist anymore? No, it doesn't. They're still there, but you're physically going to one location. Well, that is how I want you to think about manifestation. All realities exist.
And when it doesn't work for you, I'm sure she's got an excuse as to why your GPS led you to the wrong place.
Destinations exist, yeah, but you are using the power now to say which destination you want to go towards, and use your emotions, your gravitational pull to tune into that reality, because we are moving through time. It is not time that is moving forward. We are moving through time, through our energy and through our decisions and our consciousness.
And again, this still has nothing to do with your metaphysical claims. This has nothing to do with the electrical impulses that go on in our head. You are wedging these things into some pseudoscientific argument and trying to sell them.
Now, that was my first initial rant on combining Einstein's relativity with manifestation and the theory of multiple realities. Let me know what you thought about this.
I literally just did.
I would love to read the comments and see what you guys think. And definitely leave me a like if you found this interesting and you want to see more. Subscribe.
I don't think you're going to like anything about what I said. But hey, you know what? Maybe you could accept that my reality says that you're full of it.